So I'm Laura Patterson, and I'm the president of Vision Edge Marketing. We just turned 16 years old, and I've been doing marketing and sales since the 70s. That's all I'm going to say. And I've been in financial services, semiconductors, software, healthcare, and the folks in our company have very similar backgrounds. We have a very strong focus on B2B marketing, and our passion is to help marketing organizations be able to prove and improve the value of their marketing, to transform into centers of excellence, to be relevant to the C-suite, and to have influence over strategic decisions by using data to make fact-based decisions, and to be credible to the organization. That's really what we're about, and that's our passion. Well, so let's talk about some of the challenges and then how maybe they address it.
Yeah.
So obviously change management and culture are always a challenge whenever you want to do a change, right?
Yeah.
How do you socialize the change? How do you get the people on the team to embrace the change? How do you get them to learn new things, because it's going to require new skills and capabilities, right? How do you get them to adopt new processes, new systems, new tools? Because we all tend to want to do what we're used to doing. There's comfort in what's familiar.
Yeah.
And so that's a big challenge for many organizations. So you have to really think about the change management and the cultural issues. You've got to have a culture that is not afraid to trial things, to experiment, to take a little risk. So if you're in a highly risk-averse organization, that may be more difficult to try something new and to make potential setbacks as you make the effort, because we all know that when we learn something new or try to do something new, there are setbacks occasionally, or we have to are detours, and so you have to have an organization and a culture that is open to that.
Yeah.
So if you can overcome that part of it, then the very next thing is that thing you brought up, was the business credibility, the business acumen. So the marketers who are doing well get that they are business people first, and so they think in business terms. They communicate in business terms, and they are very focused on alignment. That's the number one thing. Before you do automation, before you do analytics, and all the other things that you have to do, they have to get aligned. And I don't mean aligned to sales. I mean aligned to the business. And this does not require fancy technology and fancy analytics. It requires just business savviness. And so I think, again, there's some marketers who've gotten very enamored with marketing technology, and they think that that's going to do it for them. But really, you have to kind of do the work. It's like, I'm going to buy, cool workout equipment again. But if you don't do the work, it doesn't matter how cool the workout equipment is, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So I think this whole thing about marketing technology is great. We've been seeing, as we all know, an explosion in marketing technology,
exactly.
But we need to make sure that our organization has the right processes in place and has the alignment, right? So first thing is alignment. That's the number one thing. We've been doing research now since 2001.
Yeah.
And those marketers who are successful, now we have enough data. It's statistically significant that alignment is the number one thing that the marketers who do this well address. And so that means a process change, because you can't really start with activities, the stuff of marketing, until you have the alignment to the business outcomes.
Yeah.
And so that's the number one thing. The second thing is to understand the right metrics. There's so many things we can measure.
Exactly.
And it's just, and it's only going to continue to be a huge number of measures out there as we add on new channels, right?
Yeah.
And new, all kinds of new things. So selecting the right metrics, and getting the right metrics in place, and understanding the hierarchy of your metrics, and being clear about which metrics are going to help you make good decisions, and being able then to capture those metrics in some kind of dashboard. You were telling me that you were driving home this afternoon and in traffic, and so you probably were looking at your car's dashboard, And we often say to folks, no, you don't need hundreds of marketing metrics. You need to think like what kind of dashboard do you need, like your car, that helps you make decisions. Do I need to put in gas or not, given where I'm going?
Yeah.
Is my speed in line with the speed limit, or am I willing to take the risk for a ticket given what I need to do, right? These kinds of questions, and so picking the right metrics. So that's the second thing. So the first one's accountability, alignment. The second one is the metrics and the dashboard, which is really related to accountability. And then the third thing is the whole infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you're going to need data and analytics, but you got to have your infrastructure in place, which includes your systems, your processes, your tools. Yeah. So, having a roadmap for that is really important. So those are the three things.